Good morning. So today is day 8, officially the halfway point of the trip. And what we're going to do today is we're going to go over to Old Vegas and Fremont Street, have a look around there, and then we'll probably figure out what poker we'll be playing this afternoon when we get over there. So I'll see you over there. Alright, I'm here at the donut bar. There's a lot of construction over the road, so I don't know if you'll be able to hear me properly, but let's go try some donuts. Okay, so I'm here outside the donut bar out the back in the dining area, and I got a cake batter donut and a cappuccino. So here they are. Cake batter donut and cappuccino. This donut is pretty big. I'll give it a try. Hey everyone, so I'm here at Paris and I've decided on the $250 Daily Deepstack at 2 p.m. So I'll be playing that today and hoping to run deep. But before I do that, I wanted to thank everyone that has liked and subscribed to my videos. 111 subscribers at the time of recording this, and I really appreciate it, and I'm blown away by the amount of people that are watching my videos. So I hope you enjoy them. I'll keep making them as long as you like and subscribe and comment. Be sure to let me know if there's anything that you'd specifically like to see, and I'll try and make it happen. I'll see you when the tournament starts. So while I'm waiting for the tournament to start, we can have a look around and see what's currently happening here. So behind me is the King's Resort, where the high roller cash games are played. And then let's have a look. It's over here. Satellite single table tournaments are playing there. And then here is the seniors event Daily Deepstack. It's playing right here. I think that's every Wednesday early on. And then on this other side is this tournament, which you can't really see. Let's just go and have a look at the clock. The $3,000 buy-in. So 3K entry. It's being played here on my left. I think they have 370 something entries into that one. That one's outside of my budget, so I won't be playing that, although I wish I could. Yeah, so that's what's going on right now. Otherwise, we'll just hang out, rest up, and get ready for the tournament. Okay, so that was probably the best first session of cards that I've had so far. Let me go through some hands, but I'm at about 68,000, started with 25,000. I'm playing the $250 2 p.m. Deep Stack. Let's go through these hands, there's a lot of them. We're four-handed and the blinds are 100, 100, 100. I open the button King 8 of hearts. And the flop is 10, 6, 3 with 2 hearts. The big blind leads out 600. The other caller calls and I call. The turn is the 5 of hearts. So I make my flush. They check, I bet 2,000, the big blind calls. The river's the queen of hearts, so another heart. We both check, and I win versus 10-7 with a heart. So I'm up to 30k. Blinds are 100, 200 now. I have pocket queens, under the gun 3. Under the gun 1 limps, I make it 800. The flop is 7-8 something. He checks, I bet 1,000, he calls. Turns a 5. He checks, I bet 2,000, he calls. River's a jack, he checks, I bet 3,000, and he calls and shows pocket 10s. You're up to 35,000. Go through the blinds, maybe lose a raise or something. I'm down to 32. Open under the gun 800. 4 callers. I've got pocket 6s. The flop is 735. I bet 1,100. Have a caller. Turns 8. So 7-3-5-8. Check. Late position bets 4,500. And I call, attempting to make my straight. Potentially being better than a bluff. The river's a 9, so I make my straight. We both check and they show pocket 3s, so they flopped a set of 3s. I get pocket queens again, so this is the second time. I raise to there's a raise to 900. I call in the small blind, the big blind calls. Flop is queen ace X with all 3 diamonds. Small blind checks, I bet 2,700. Early position checks, I bet 2,700, and the big blind calls. Turns a blank, I bet 3,000, and they call. The river's a 6. I check, and they bet 8,000, which is pretty big. And I call, and they show 6s, so they rivered the set. Turns out I get pocket queens again. So this is the third time that I get them. I open an early position. There's an open in early position to 800. I call on the button. Small blind calls. The flop's queen 9-8, so I flop another set with 3 clubs. Small blind checks. I bet 2,000. They both fold. Now I'm at 57,000. I get pocket queens again, third time. Blinds are 200, 400. I raise to 1,200 in the cutoff, and the button 3 bets to 3,600, and I call. The flop is queen jack something with 2 clubs. I check. The button bets 4,000. I raise to 10,000, and they call. The turn doesn't change anything. I go all in for the button's remaining 17,000, and they fold. So now I'm at 71,000. And then just fold a few hands, and now I'm left at 68,000. So best first session so far, so hopefully this can keep going. I'll see you after the next set of levels. Okay, so that level was much worse. I started with 66,000, and after the break came back, I re-raised with queen 8 suited of hearts versus a middle position raise to 1,500, and I went to 4,600. They called. The flop was ace 8-3 with 2 spades and 1 heart. They checked. I bet 3,000. They went all in for 15,000, and I called that one, and they showed ace jack. So that was probably a stupid move. So now I've got 46,000. I raised in early position and got called when I made a 3k ISO with ace 10 of spades, and that was no good. So I went down to 38,000. Pocket aces. I'm in raise to 2,000. The big blind called. Flop had 2 kings on it with 1 club. I bet 1,000, and the turn was a 10 of clubs. So now there's 2 clubs on the board. I bet 2,000. They called, and the river came another club. They bet 6,000, and I called, and they showed the flush. So they made runner clubs. Bet little small, but I mean, what can you do? So now I'm down to 22,000. The blinds are 600, 1,200. I raised to 2,600, and there's 2 callers. There's an early open to 2,600, 2 callers, and I have 7-8 offsuit on the big blind. So I call, and the flop is 3, 5, 6, so I'm open-ended. There's 2 clubs on there. Everyone checks the flop, and so I make my straight on the turn with a 4. So 3, 4, 5, 6 on the board. I bet 5,000 and the under the gun raiser called. The river was a 7. So now there's a straight on board, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, but I have the straight to the 8. I go all in for about 15,000, and he called with what he said was a set, but he was just calling with the straight on the board to split. So that got me up to about 48,000. There's a limp, and I raise over the top to 3,600, and the button called. The limper calls as well, and the flop's 10, 9, X. We all check. King on the turn, 2,500. So I have ace jack. So I have a gut shot at this point, and 1 overcard. He bets 2,500. I call, and the other caller calls, and the river's a blank, and they bet 10,000. I folded, so that brought me down to 42,000, and I just went through the blind. So now I'm about 38 or so. So this is the end of registration. So we're making the run to the money now. Okay, we made it through to the next break. Here's some hands here. I had 38,000. The blinds are 1,500, 1,500. I have pocket tens in early position and raised to 3,000, and a short stack goes all in for 7,000 with ace king, and I call. The board's 6, 6, 6, queen jack, so we win that one. We're now at 50k. We go through the blinds. We're at 45. I have ace king. I raise to 3,000. Player calls. Flop is queen XX. I bet 3,000. They call. The turn is a 7. I check. They bet 6,000. I call. The river's a 7. So I just have ace king high. We both check, and he wins with the queen. Now I'm at 33,000. And down to 30, and then to 34, I win the blinds. I'm on the big blind with queen 3, and there's 2 limpers. I check and make a pair of queens, and we check down, and I win. So now I'm at 40,000. Then I have king 3 offsuit in the small blind versus the big blind. The flop is king jack 9. I bet 3,000. He calls. Turns doesn't matter. I check, he bets 6,000, I call, and the river is a jack. So it was king jack 9, and the river's a jack. I check, he bets 18,000, so pretty big, and I fold. I have 30,000, I go all in on the button, and I'm pulled by the big blind with less than me, with 9-7 of hearts, and I hold up. So we'll get to 57,000. Play the blinds a couple of times, I get down to 46. A player with almost the same as me goes all in, and I have pocket kings. I go all in over the top. They have queens, we hold up, and now we're at 92,000 and on break. About 200 players left, so I think we have about 70 left till the money, so still a while to go. I'll see you after this break. Okay, after the break we came back. The blinds were 3,000, 6,000. It was all in against the short stack on the big blind with jack 8 of clubs against king queen, and the flop was jack ace something, and won that. So we got to 98,000. So before that I was 92, we get to 98. The cutoff limped, the small blind raised to 21,000. I went all in for 92,000, and they both folded, so I got up to 122. Then we moved tables. I pushed all in with ace king over a cutoff, and he folded. I move up to 150,000. Then I raise jacks under the gun, and the big blind goes all in, and I call versus king queen. The flop is jack 3-3, and that's the end of that. I'm up to 211. Go through the blinds, go down to 208. There's a button on. I raise the button. The small blind 3 bets me, and I fold. So I'm down to 190. The blinds go up to 5k, 10k, and we make the money. 130 players paid, out of 870 something that started. So we're in the money for a tiny amount, basically double the buy-in of $250. So I'm down to 165,000 due to the blinds. I'm on the big blind with 6-5 of spades. Middle position opens to 21,000. It's 11,000 more, so I call, and the flop comes Queen 6-3, all clubs. So I have a pair. We both check the flop. The turn comes another club. The middle position player bets out 11,000, pretty small, so I decide to call. The river comes another 6. I check, and the middle position player bets out 30,000, which is a fair chunk of my stack. But I decided to call. I think 3 6s is too strong there, and just don't think he has a club ever. I feel like he'll continuation bet a club. So I win that one. He has 7-4 of spades, so we both had the spades there. So I'm up to 222,000. The blinds take me down to 182, and now we're on break. So I'll be going back. There's, I think, 71 players left. So I'll need to be getting all in. The blinds will be 10,000, 20,000, which is pretty huge. So I'll need to be getting all in, doubling up, or winning some pots very, very soon. I'll see you later. Okay, so just eliminated in 29th place for a prize of I think it's $905, so pretty decent. It's not 28,000, which was first prize. Yeah, I went all in with pocket 8s over a raise from the button, and he called with ace 9 and caught the 9 on the river. Oh well, we'll be playing another game soon. So thanks for watching, like and subscribe.